Good morning, host. Lisa Evans here from Hosting Goodness. I have been a host for over 10 years, and 99% of the time we have hosted goodness, and occasionally we host a dilemma. And that seems to be the case that has happened recently. So just to recap, without going into too much detail, we had a gentleman check in the other day, probably mid-30s, with a female that seemed really significantly younger than he was. And at first, honestly, I thought she was his daughter. And I thought, well, he's kind of young to be her dad, but she's kind of young to be his girlfriend or, wife. But when she got out of the car, they were holding hands, and I took him down to our cabin to get him checked in, just chatted with them a little bit. But it just raised some flags. There were no indications from her that she was there against her will or that she was resisting him in any way. So I thought that was good. But the perceived age of her was a little bit concerning. So my family and we did a little bit of researching online, his name and where he was located from. And we did see that about 7 years ago, there was a crime committed from someone in that area with his name for a sexual offense that was pretty serious and landed him on a sexual offense registry. It was with young girls. So that was a little bit alarming. However, the photographs of the guest in our cabin were not necessarily lining up with what we were seeing in the sexual offense registry. So the question is, what do we do? Number one, do we call Airbnb? Because they do ask, are you in danger in any way? And we did not feel like we were in danger. So we didn't feel like we had definitive proof that we had problems with our guest. So what we did next was I had an opportunity to interact with him and down at the grilling area while he was warming up some food. I just chatted with him a little bit more. And again, the things he was saying were not suspicious in of themselves, but still not creating a lot of confidence in me. So when I went back to the house, we called the local law enforcement, and later that evening we did have a deputy come by our house. And we had him come in and just kind of take a look at the research we had done. And law enforcement had done some research for us also, which was really great. In our discussions with the deputy just said, in his experience, there are a lot of strange people in the world. And, the fact that we had this guy, it just was an unfortunate coincidence, maybe, that this guy had a similar name to someone with some pretty serious sexual offenses, but the photographs did not line up. So as for a positive ID, we just could not do that. We did not have proof beyond a shadow of a doubt that something nefarious was going on. But again, the flags were, we have an age disparity, a couple that says they were just married and on their honeymoon, but they have no luggage. They're in a rental car. But on the other hand, we had no further evidence connecting anyone with a crime. There were no indications that a young girl of her description was in any kind of trouble. So, the best thing we could do was call the deputy and just confirm that we were not confident beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was the guy that was causing any problems, that was a criminal. So we just had to go to bed last night knowing that the guest had made the reservation, and whatever their story is their story, and was not criminal in nature as far as we know. We did not feel in danger for ourselves, although we did make sure all of our doors were locked really well. And that couple is gone and off on their way. And I've, looked in my space here. There's nothing nefarious of any type. So this is just one of those things that we will write off as a strange encounter, and we hope all the best. We'll think the best of the couple and hope that they are in a good relationship and off on great life adventures together. But like the deputy said, there's a lot of strange people in the world that he has met, and things don't always line up. And so we will have to just leave this one with unanswered questions. And so thanks for your time. That's a little bit on today's hosting dilemma.